Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm FC, this is Blue Line CV, and today I'm here to bring you guys another news daily video. Now today I'm going to focus on 3 stories, and naturally they are going to be on Hakim Ziyech's first day arriving at Cobham, and for the second 2 stories they are going to focus on new goalkeepers, potentially for next season. I'll be speaking about Dean Henderson from Sheffield United, and I'm going to be speaking about an unknown Turkish goalkeeper from the Turkish league where reports are really strongly suggesting that we've agreed a move to sign him. So you guys, it's going to be another interesting news daily video. But before I continue on, if you like today's video, then smash that like button. This video is going to be out after the game, so if we have won the game, hit that like button even harder. I'm going to be ambitious and go for 3,000 likes. And for the second plug, you guys, also do not forget the new home shirt is now available, and new training kits for next season are now available too. If you're already planning on making a purchase, I strongly recommend you use my affiliate links below in my description, where you can get a further 10% off using my discount code NINI10. So what you guys are waiting for? You'll find all the information in the description below. And without wasting any more time, we start with the first story today, and I think it's best we start with the latest surrounding Hakim Ziyech and his first day at Cobham. Now this news doesn't feel too surprising because yesterday there were so many hints suggesting that Ziyech was going to arrive at Cobham today. Early yesterday, Ziyech was spotted taking a private jet to London alongside his agent too. And then late last night there was another photo doing the rounds on social media, and that was Ziyech spotted at Novikov. And Novikov is like a fancy restaurant in London, where he was then spotted again with his agent and his friends too. So this was basically implying and telling us that we were going to see Ziyech today at Cobham, and today he arrives. So from this point on, you guys, I'm now going to move on to the club's official website, where we can get some more insight and some more photos behind his first day. As we can see here, you guys, first pictures of Hakim Ziyech in a Chelsea blue, and I have to say, I thought that blue is a very good colour on him, and I also feel like Ziyech is going to be very popular with his teammates. He's one of those characters that knows how to handle himself. He's well respected, and I feel like with his personality, his fearlessness and his leadership too, he's going to be a very good fit for this team. So it doesn't surprise me that maybe Ziyech was also looking forward to working with his new teammates too, and as I'm saying, smiles on his face, smiles on my face, and I'm sure there's a smile on your face too. Finally, this is a marquee signing, a big marquee signing that if other clubs had signed, they'd be absolutely going on non-stop about how great he is. And Ziyech is one of many marquee signings we're actually making this window, so it still feels absolutely mad. But let me continue on, you guys. As we can see here, Ziyech is at Cobham by himself, and to give you guys some more insight as well, we do know that for Ziyech and Werner, they're going to have to take some specialized training sessions because, they can't fully train with the first team just yet, as the first team is focused on the Premier League restart and they have so many games to play too. In that sense, it doesn't really work out. So with this opportunity to obviously train with his teammates at times and also have his own specialist training sessions too, this is the best of both worlds to really help Ziyech acclimatise to the club. Anyway, we do go on, and as we can see here, Petr Cech is alongside Hakim Ziyech. Now, it's not the first time they've met. I'm sure they've spoken so many times previously, and again, it's actually mad to see Ziyech is really a blue now. Unbelievable business, you guys, unbelievable business. As we can see here, he's looking good, he's looking focused, and he's looking ready. I guess the only disappointing thing is that we have to wait until pre-season, hopefully, where we can see him finally play for us. I'm hoping the club going to hook us up and show us some of his his efforts in training, some of his skills, some of his moments, some of the things he's doing too, to give us more of an insight behind how Ziyech is finding his day at Cobham. But anyway, you guys, there you have it. Hakim Ziyech, his first day at Cobham. He is our Chelsea player. And before I move on, in the comment section below, I'm going to ask you guys this. Tell me how you feel about the impact that Ziyech is going to have for next season. Do you see him being a standout player in the Premier League where he does better than your Bruno Fernandes's and maybe competes alongside De Bruyne? Let me know below. Anyway, we now move on to the second story today, and this story is coming out from Turkey, and these reports are pretty interesting and pretty funny. They suggest that we've agreed a €33 million move to sign a young Turkish goalkeeper playing for Trabzonspor. His name happens to be Uğurcan Çakır, and you guys, I apologize, I really apologize. I tried to find out how to pronounce Turkish names properly and I couldn't find anything great. So if I'm butchering and just destroying these names, I do apologize, don't crucify me. But to get back to the article, it doesn't really say anything about the move. It doesn't mention anything about maybe wages or contracts or even a statement from the player. Absolutely nothing. What's funny about this story is that this same story was circulating a few weeks or months back, and this story first came from a former Trabzonspor player in Lemmy Selik, and he was basically saying that we want to sign him, the goalkeeper dreams to play in the Premier League, a host of top clubs around Europe are after the player's signature as well, and Lemmy states that he's going to sign for us once requirements are met. Honestly, this report was so vague and so straight to the point that I guess we have to accept this news. I mean, of course not. We can't accept this. There's nothing coming out right now. I've tried to ask people to, I'm hearing absolutely nothing. I know that we do have maybe a small link with the club because Eddie Newton is now their assistant manager, but when did being an assistant manager end up being a link to anything? So right now, these reports are kind of funny. A cynical part of me believes that this is one of the most egregious leaks I've seen from an agent to boost the profile of his client. You know, I'm not taking anything away from the quality of this player. Now, I'm going to keep things real. I've never seen him play, so it's really hard for me to even give you an impression on his abilities. From what I've read, and I'm going to be very vague, you know, he's quite tall, he's like a good all-round goalkeeper, similar stylistically to a Jan Oblak, and yeah, he's got decent passing abilities, decent shot stopping, decent reflexes. Again, I can't really give you too much of an insight because I've never seen him before, but supposedly he has been the best goalkeeper in the Turkish league. Again, this could be someone's subjective opinion that I'm just repeating out for you guys. When I tell you guys that there's literally no concrete anything about this news, I don't know if I can really trust it or believe it. As I said, this feels to me like an agent trying to create some buzz to get some interest for his client. There's nothing substantial right now, and I guess this now moves us on to the third and the final story today, and maybe something a lot more concrete compared to this story, and that's the latest news surrounding Dean Henderson from Sheffield United. This story is an exclusive from Football Insider, and they're suggesting that Lampard wants to get rid of Kepa in this window and make a big money move to sign Dean Henderson from Sheffield United. Dean is currently in the second year of his 2-year loan spell at Sheffield United, and during this time in the Premier League, he's made a name for himself and he's seen as one of the top goalkeepers in this division. Now, he's actually on loan from Manchester United, however, it does seem like United can't possibly satisfy De Gea and Henderson in the same squad. Henderson's contract does expire in 2022, so this feels like this would be the perfect right time for Man United to cash in on their player and get the maximum amount of transfer value before he enters the final year of his deal. How do I personally feel about Dean Henderson? I think he's a great young goalkeeper, and we've been linked with so many great young ones in your Onanas and many ones from Spain and France and Italy too, but with Dean Henderson, I think his advantage of having that homegrown status could provide to be key for the team, and I think the fact that he understands the Premier League, he understands the opposition that he's up against, that gives him another advantage over signing another goalkeeper from a different league. Now this season, Henderson has made a name for himself, making those difficult saves in games. With how Sheffield United play, at times they do leave space in behind their centre backs, and this means that Henderson has to be aware and has to be on point to deal with any threats coming his way. This season I've seen Kepa struggle in those same situations where he seems to look a lot more comfortable having a deep block in front of him where his decision making is made easier. However, when the game is more open and Kepa has to leave his box to deal with threats or deal with threats that are 1v1 against him, this is where we're seeing his decision making failing him and most importantly failing us. Henderson has good technique and he's made a name for himself making his body big, closing down shots and making it very difficult for teams 1v1 against him. He's also saved 69% of every shot he's faced inside his own box, and the player happens to be a bit of a penalty specialist too, so he has all those credentials and abilities. He's English, he's young, and I think he could come for a very affordable fee. I think this would be a great move to make. Now, us signing Dean Henderson doesn't imply that he is the very best keeper out there, of course not. He's still young and he can get better and improve. Now, one aspect of his game that I think I'd like to see a bit more of is his passing ability. Now, it's hard for me to really get an understanding of this because Sheffield United aren't really using his goal kicks to start attacks. Most times, Henderson is just placing long balls in, certain locations in the final third. And I guess that implies and tells us that he has a very strong long kick. So maybe his accuracy could be improved upon if he was to sign for us, work with our coaches, work in our environment, and obviously improve himself as well. When Henderson made that phenomenal save against Tammy Abraham earlier this season, that's when I knew that this guy was a serious goalkeeper, and I thought that, okay, if anything did happen, I feel like we could be the right club to fit his ambitions, and obviously with him helping improve our team as well. So there you have it, you guys. They were the 3 stories today. How are you feeling? How excited are you to see Hakim Ziyech finally play for us? And of course, how do you feel about this goalkeeping news that came out earlier today? Let me know below, you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos.